Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We now will turn our attention to another health matter that should get everyone's attention. It's the Ebola virus threat. We're joined now by Dr. Disu Oyewoga, who is the Public Relations Officer, Society for Public Health Professionals of Nigeria. He's also Chairman, Lagos Chapter of the Association of Medical Officers of Health in Nigeria. Good morning, thank you for coming.
Good morning, thank you.
You're also in the Public Health
Association of Public Health Physicians of Nigeria.
Okay.
Which is also one of the affiliate groups of Society for Public Health Professionals of Nigeria. Society for Public Health Professionals of Nigeria is an umbrella organization for all public health professionals, doctors, pharmacists, veterinary, physicians, surgeons, the environmental specialists, sociologists, whoever that operates in the field of public health, even the media people are supposed to be part of that group. Yeah.
Really? Okay, sounds good. But about this viral threat, this Ebola matter, what's the thinking within the public health of which you are in about this? Because, I mean, the strike is still on, and then so many other matters, people don't understand why that is still going on while you have this threat. What's the thought about it?
Ebola virus disease itself is a public health matter. Whether there is strike or no strike, it is the duty of the public health professionals to ensure that its spread is contained. It's highly infectious disease, and it is highly fatal. That is, the chances that somebody who has the disease will die is over 60%. Or it also depends on certain parameters that will determine the outcome or survival of that person who is having the disease.
Do we by chance have any public health member who happens to be on strike at the moment?
All doctors, for instance, Society for Public Health Professionals of Nigeria, like I said, is an umbrella association for all public health professionals, which include doctors, nurses, pharmacists, veterinarians, and so on. It's only doctors that are on strike, but the other members are still working. Apart from that, on association level, Association of Public Health Professionals of Nigeria, this is something that is of critical importance, to the society. We cannot say because of strike and then we will not respond to emergencies like this. Even the enemy has structures in place to attend to emergencies when the situation arises.
Tell us more on that, because we'll come back to the symptoms, because I think people need to be sensitized so that whatever symptoms they see, they can actually report. Where do they get to? If they want to report any of such as we speak, who do they come to?
I think before we even come to that point, we need to even enlighten them about what Ebola virus disease is. And when they appreciate that, then they will take it very seriously when it comes to reporting to who, where, or when they should do that. The disease itself was named after Ebola River in the present Democratic Republic of Congo. The first outbreak was in 1976. When it happened, it also happened in Sudan, and then it recorded high fatality rate, I think about 88% then. And then subsequently, you have outbreaks in Uganda, and then Liberia, Guinea. The recent outbreak occurred in March this year, which was, it started in Guinea as a result of a consumption of fruit bats. And then it also spread to Sierra Leone and Liberia. And so far, we have had over 1,000 people who have been infected with the disease, and then over 600 mortality has been recorded. And then measures have been taken to contain these infections and the source of where the outbreak occurred. Then even then in Nigeria, our association, through this medium, we also went on here to sensitize the public about the signs and symptoms. Perhaps we see anybody with symptoms suggestive of this disease or that will make us suspect it, what people should do. And I think even the channels was one of the media avenue we used then. And right now, the disease that we are experiencing in Nigeria as a result of the Liberian that came into the country, you cannot really say whether people have contacted it or not, but because it's highly infectious, people who move close to the victim are at risk of getting the disease. So most likely they need to do contact tracing for them, identify them, and then follow them up. In case they have any symptoms, then they can give them the supportive care that they need.
Which we understand is already underway. But the question will be, how grave is the threat? I mean, a host of Nigerians were alarmed when they understood that, a certain gentleman, whom we understand is a senior diplomat from Liberia and was going to an ECOWAS conference in Calabar, got into the country and was sick. So how grave is this threat to us as a country as a result of this gentleman coming, God rest his soul, he's late now?
Because Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa, and then a lot of people come in and go out of Nigeria, and then the issue of the contact now, once the case is suspected, and then you quite identify those who are close to that person and you follow them up, I think the spread can actually be controlled. But if nothing is done as per that, that is when you begin to think of possible spread or uncontrollable spread of the disease. And the threat is like, since it's just one case that has been identified, measures have been taken. For instance, since this person was admitted in Lagos, the state government, including the federal government, have put measures in place. A series of meetings have been held. A lot of interventions, measures have been put in place to make sure that it doesn't spread beyond that person. Or even if there is early signs in anybody that has it, they quickly isolate them and make sure that they don't spread it to other people.